Welcome to Exam Heist. Here you will find everything you need to crack your Microsoft certification exams. Our actual exam study material and expert guidance will help you achieve your goal. Visit now examheist.com to get your free PDF and start your cloud journey. Subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you. This video contains the 40 most important questions of the PL-900 exam. Note: you should always learn from a certified trainer only. You can find our other certification exam dumps on our website examheist.com. To the questions. Question 1. You need to display sales orders greater than a specific threshold in a Power BI report. What should you use? The correct option is A. Filter. Filtering is the best option for displaying a selection of data. Question 2. A toy company creates a text classification model in AI Builder to monitor customer feedback for specific keywords. When negative feedback is received for a toy, the company wants to proactively perform engineering reviews for the toy and schedule additional training sessions for workers who produce the toy. What are two possible ways to achieve the goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. The correct options are A and C. That is, create a Canvas app and build a Power Automate flow. About the options: A. Create a Canvas app. AI Builder comes with a ready to use business card reader available in Canvas as well as in model driven app, business card reader, business card reader model driven, additional Canvas components to leverage your AI Builder form processing or object detection models, Canvas apps. C. Build a Power Automate flow. Use the results from your AI model across Power Platform to create end-to-end solutions that meet your business needs. Even if you have no coding skill, for example, create a flow that automates document processing in Power Automate or an app created with Power Apps that predicts whether a supplier will be out of compliance. Question 3. A coworker is creating an app in Power Apps and needs to automatically synchronize data from an external source. The coworker is unable to locate a suitable Microsoft approved connector template in App Source. You need to recommend a solution for the coworker. What should you recommend? The correct option is A. Create a custom connector. There are 250 plus predefined connectors that you can use in your Power Apps and in your Microsoft flows. If you do not find any that suits your needs, you have the possibility to create a custom connector. Note: a custom connector is a wrapper around a REST API that allows Logic Apps, Microsoft Flow, or Power Apps to communicate with that REST or SOAP API. Question 4. You create a business rule on contact entity to enforce the requirement that users must enter either a telephone number, fax number, or an email when creating a new record. The company decides to remove fax number from the condition. You need to update the business rule. What are two ways of achieving the goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. The correct options are A and B. That is, save a copy of the rule and change the condition, the original rule, and deactivate the business rule and change the condition. You cannot change anything without deactivating it first. Question 5. A company is building apps to support their business operations. The apps will use connectors to access data from several data sources and respond to a number of events generated by components. Which two operations can you use for connectors? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The correct options are A and D, that is, actions and triggers. Each connector offers a set of operations classified as actions and triggers. Once you connect to the underlying service, these operations can be easily leveraged within your apps and workflows. Question 6. What is a benefit of deploying Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 apps in the same tenant? The correct option is C. Users can access both Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 by using single sign on. When your Office 365 and Dynamics 365 are in different tenants, it becomes quite the challenge and inconvenience. A few major issues are as follows. Server side sync only supports single tenant. Single sign on need to log into two systems. Question 7. A company currently does not separate testing, development, and production as per standard application lifecycle management protocol. The company uses Power Apps for accounting and sales processes. The company needs to use only one login account per user. The company also must prevent development and testing from impacting production. You need to implement a solution to meet the requirements. Which method should you select? The correct option is A. Separate environments. To follow application lifecycle management principles, you shall need separate environments for app development and production. Although you can perform basic ALM with only separate development and production environments, we recommend that you also maintain at least one test environment that is separate from your development and production environments. Question 8. The company is creating a Canvas app to track and analyze customer visits to their retail stores. Data about customer visits is stored on premises at each retail store. The app must display data about customer visits when users launch the app. You need to ensure that the data is available for consumption by the app. Which tool should you use? The correct option is E. Data Gateway. A data gateway is a tool that allows you to connect to on premises data sources such as the customer visit data stored at each retail store location. In this scenario, the data gateway acts as a bridge between the on premises data and the cloud based Power Platform, allowing the Canvas app to access and display the customer visit data in real time. It is important to note that this is not a definitive answer, and the final decision should be taken after a careful analysis of the company's infrastructure and the data source. Question 9. A large retail company implements Power Apps, Microsoft Flow, and the Common Data Service. The board of directors is asking whether users are finding value in the technology. The company would like to measure and report usage of the software. You need to recommend a tool to determine software usage. What should you recommend? The correct option is C. Power Platform Analytics. The Power Platform Analytics usage report is the default reports seen by the logged in environment admin. It provides total app launches and daily active users across all apps in the environment. Admins can filter the view with attributes like device platform, player version, country, state, and city. Question 10. You need to implement Microsoft business applications along with the Microsoft Power Platform. Which three Microsoft products are part of the Power Platform? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. The correct options are A, C, and E. That is Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. The Power Platform uses Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate to customize, extend, and build all the apps you need for your business and unlock the potential of Office 365 and Dynamics 365. Question 11. You are a customer service manager. You need to implement a Power Apps portal that allows customers to submit cases. Which type of data source is used? The correct option is D. Common Data Service. Power Apps portal, the ability to build low-code, responsive websites which allow external users to interact with the data stored in the Common Data Service. Question 12. Company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The company uses a browser-based app named Sales Hub. You need to ensure that users can access data from mobile devices. Which app should users install? The correct option is D. Dynamics 365 for phones. Use the Dynamics 365 for phones and Dynamics 365 for tablets apps for your scales, customer service, field service, and other tasks when you are on the go. With one download from your App Store, you shall automatically have access to all the apps you need for your role. You will see apps with the new unified interface on your mobile device. Question 13. You are a sales representative. You create a Power BI report to visualize data from a Microsoft Excel workbook. Users need to be able to view and share the report. Which two actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The correct options are A and D. That is, pin the report to a dashboard and share the dashboard. Question 14. You create Power Virtual Agents chatbot. You need to share the bot with other team members so that they can try out the bot before you share the bot with customers. What should you use? The correct option is A. Demo website. Question 15. You are a sales manager for a large retail organization. You are creating a Power Apps app that will display customer product purchase information from your old point of sale system and need to link those sales to the customer accounts and product sales in Dynamics 365 Commerce. You need to use the appropriate component. What should you use? The correct option is A. Microsoft Dataverse. Question 16. A company uses Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management and Dynamics 365 Finance. User account data must be synchronized between the two systems. You need to ensure that the synchronized data is stored in one place. What should you use? The correct option is D. Microsoft Dataverse. Question 17. A company uses Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. The company does not have any developers on its staff. You need to explain to the executives the benefits of using Power Platform's apps. What are two benefits? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. The correct options are B and C. That is, users can create Power Apps to create apps for different departments, and users can use Power Automate to share information between Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. Question 18. A company plans to use AI Builder to help improve business performance. You need to determine which AI models are available for use. Which three types of models can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. The correct options are B, C, and E. That is prediction, object detection, and text classification. Question 19. A company is evaluating ways that they can implement AI Builder. For which two scenarios can you use AI Builder? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. The correct options are D and E. That is, interpret images and perform an action based on the image and detect patterns in data and predict outcomes. Question 20. A company uses Power Platform. You must ensure that users cannot share customer data with other users. You must also ensure that users cannot connect to data sources unless you grant the user explicit permissions to access a data source. You need to recommend a solution to meet the company's security requirements. Which two types of policies should you recommend? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The correct options are C and D. That is, environment level policies and tenant level policies. Question 21. A distribution company has multiple warehouses. Tax rates charged on sales orders need to be calculated based on locality and region. You need to recommend a cost effective solution that can be implemented quickly. What should you recommend? The correct option is D. Run a Power BI report. Question 22. Hotspot. You create a user owned custom entity by using common data service. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. You can change the entity ownership from user to organization owned. The correct option is no. To the next statement, you can create a business rule for a custom entity that can be used in a flow. The correct option is yes. About the options, box 1. Common data service supports two types of record ownerships, organization owned and user or team owned. This is a choice that happens at the time of the entity is created and cannot be changed. Box 2. By combining conditions and actions, you can do any of the following with business rules. Set field values, clear field values, set field requirement levels, show or hide fields, enable or disable fields, validate data and show error messages, create business recommendations based on business intelligence. Question 23. drag drop. You need to explain the major components of the common data model and their functions. Match each term to its definition. Instructions to answer: drag the appropriate term from the column on the left to its definition on the right. Each term may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Each correct match is worth 1 point. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. The tools provided to us are entities, data connectors, common data service, common data model, workflows. To the answer area: purpose helps jumpstart application development by leveraging business logic, security, and integrations. The correct option is common data service. To the next purpose: a set of records used to store data. The correct option is entities. About the options, box 1. Note: common data service has been renamed to Dataverse. By using Dataverse, you can jumpstart app development by using the common data model with business logic, security, and integration already built in. Box 2. Entities. An entity is a set of records used to store data, similar to how a table stores data within a database. Question 24. Drag drop. You manage the support team at a rapidly growing company. Customers and support technicians need a better experience when logging and responding to support requests. You need more visibility into what the support technicians are doing every week. You need to recommend tools to help the company's needs. Which tools should you recommend? To answer, drag the appropriate tools to the correct requirements. Each tool may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. Select and place. The tools provided to us are Power Apps Portal, Power Automate, Power BI, and Common Data Service. To the answer area: requirement. Customers must be able to submit support requests by using a website. The correct option is Power Apps Portal. To the next requirement: support requests must be created and stored. The correct option is Common Data Service. To the next requirement: support technicians must be notified when a new support request is entered. The correct option is Power Automate. To the last requirement: support technicians must be able to enter a status report for work completed during the previous week by using a mobile app. The correct option is Power BI. Question 25. Hotspot. You are building Power apps that use both Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft 365. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area: statement. Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft 365 must be in the same tenant to allow single sign on. The correct option is yes. To the next statement: you must download a product from App Source to ensure that SSO works with Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft 365. The correct option is no. About the options, box 1. For Microsoft 365 subscribers, the Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps instance must be in the same tenant as your Microsoft 365 subscription. A user account in Active Directory can only sync with one tenant. Question 26. Hotspot. A company plans to implement Power Platform apps. The company does not plan to use any development tools or plugins. Which actions can you perform? For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. You can synchronize account information from Dynamics 365 Sales with a third party database. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, you can create invoices from orders and then send the invoices to the customer by using a Power Automate flow. The correct option is yes. Question 27. Hotspot. A company plans to use Power Platform to build apps which address specific business challenges. You need to recommend the appropriate types of Power apps to use. What should you recommend? To answer, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, scenario. Field technicians need a mobile app to capture the locations and image of defective products. The correct option is Canvas app. To the next scenario, sales representatives need to see different views and dashboards in the sales app. The correct option is model driven app. Question 28. Drag drop. A company has locations in multiple regions. The company develops solutions based on Power Apps and Power Automate. You need to recommend features to support the implementation. Which Power Platform features should you recommend? To answer, drag the appropriate features to the correct requirements. Each feature may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note each correct selection is worth 1 point. The features provided to us are environment, security group, and SharePoint library. To the answer area, requirement. Ensure fastest response times for each company location. The correct option is environment. To the next requirement, create test and production copies of the data and apps. The correct option is again environment. Question 29. Hotspot. You have version 1.0.0.0 of a published Power Apps app. You create and publish version 2.0.0.0 of the app. A customer goes through the process of restoring the previous version of the app. How many versions of the app are displayed in the version tab for the app? To answer, select the appropriate option in the answer area. To the answer area, you will see dash versions of app. The correct option is 3. Provided versions 1.0.0.0 and 2.0.0.0 are both less than 6 months. The version restored by the customer will be saved as version 3.0.0.0, which means there will now be 3 versions. Question 30. Hotspot. A company is evaluating ways to connect Power Platforms, Power Platform apps to external services to perform complex activities. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statements. You can create a Canvas app that scans and parses documents using Azure Cognitive Services and then adds the appropriate information to Dynamics 365 Sales. The correct option is yes. To the next statements, you can create a Canvas app that uses Azure Cognitive Services to read incident records and identify tickets that need to be escalated based on sentiment score. The correct option is again yes. Question 31. Hotspot. Instructions. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statements. Managed solutions can be used to group multiple Power Platform components together during solution development. The correct option is no. To the next statement, managed solutions must be used to distribute a Power Platform application on app source. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, managed solutions always protect Power Platform components from editing when components are exported to another environment. The correct option is yes. Question 32. Hotspot. The company is evaluating Power Platform and has questions about the role that Microsoft Dataverse plays in using Power Apps and Power Automate. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. Model driven apps require a Microsoft Dataverse database. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, a flow instance can only access one Microsoft Dataverse database. The correct option is no. To the last statement, Canvas apps require a Microsoft Dataverse database. The correct option is again no. Question 33. Hotspot. A company plans to create a common data service environment. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise, select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. You can create a common data service environment in the Power Platform Admin Center. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, you must enable data encryption after you create a common data service environment. The correct option is no. To the last statement, you can control security roles and privileges in a common data service environment from the Power Apps Admin Center. The correct option is yes. Question 34. Hotspot. A company needs to create several workflows and applications to help streamline their sales operations. You need to determine which applications are appropriate for given scenarios. Which applications should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, scenario. Create no code workflows that use different systems. The correct option is Power Automate. To the next statement, build no code mobile application. The correct option is Power Apps. To the last statement, build a mobile application by using Microsoft Dataverse. The correct option is Power Apps. Question 35. Drag drop. A manufacturing company is evaluating AI Builder. You need to select AI Builder models to address specified requirements. Which model types should you use? To answer, drag the appropriate model types to the correct requirements. Each model type may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The model types provided to us are prediction, form processing, and object detection. To the answer area, requirement. Identify products without labels or serial numbers. The correct option is object detection. To the next statement, identify customers who might not pay their invoices on time. The correct option is prediction. Question 36, drag drop. You manage the support team at a rapidly growing company. Support technicians need a better experience when logging and responding to support requests. You need to recommend tools to help the company's needs. Which tools should you recommend? To answer, drag the appropriate tools to the correct requirements. Each tool may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The tools provided to us are Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and Microsoft Dataverse. To the answer area, requirement. Support technicians must be able to submit support requests by using an app. The correct option is Power Apps. To the next statement, customer data must be stored and synchronized with Dynamics 365 Finance. The correct option is Microsoft Dataverse. To the last statement, support technicians must be notified when a new support request is entered. The correct option is Power Automate. Question 37, drag drop. Match each tool to its task. To answer, drag the appropriate tool from the column on the left to its task on the right. Each tool may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Note, each correct match is worth 1 point. The tools provided to us are Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Apps. To the answer area, task. Automate workflows. The correct option is Power Automate. To the next statement, trigger an action from an event. The correct option is Power Automate. To the next task, create a custom mobile data entry screen. The correct option is Power Apps. Question 38, Hotspot. You are a retail director for a large clothing company. Each week, you use the corporate YouTube channel to create a video that highlights new initiatives and goals for retail operations. You need to design a Power Apps app that streams the video to internal users. Which objects should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, action. Implement the Power Apps app. The correct option is Canvas. To the next statement, use drag and drop to add a video to the app. The correct option is Control. To the next action, apply consistent company colors to the app. The correct option is Theme. Question 39, Hotspot. You want to create a Power Apps app that allows you to define a custom sitemap. What should you do? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. To the answer area, navigate to the Power Apps portal and create. The correct option is a model driven app. Question 40, Hotspot. Your company wants to create a help desk system and implement Dynamics 365 customer service. The company has the following requirements: provide an application to allow support team staff to chat live with a customer, automatically import data from a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet once a day, provide a chatbot that can assist customers who need support. You need to determine which applications to use to meet the requirements. Which applications should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, requirement: automatically import data from a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet once a day. The correct option is Power Automate. To the next statement, provide a chatbot that can assist customers who need support. The correct option is Power Virtual Agent. These were all the questions for this video. You can find the complete PDF of this video on our website examheast.com. If you need our custom cheat sheet to help you with your exam preparation, then please make sure to visit the link down in the description. Please make sure to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notified about our future videos. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.